This is a quick Bitcoin update for members all around the world, and the chart that we are looking at is Bitcoin. Everything is well, guys. There's no bad things on the horizon, and we still expect Bitcoin to have that one last uptrend confirmation. And I'm going to get into that very quickly. Just for the new people who are watching this video for the first time, here in November 2018, where my mouse is now, right there, the market came all the way down and broke through all these resistance levels and came right down here to 15 December 2018, formed a low, and we sent a message out in our reports to our subscribers and said that risk adverse investors can now buy at these levels. From there, the market went upwards to this point number one, where I'm now. It then went and dropped very strangely into this point number two. And as you can remember, this 30 to 40 days was the American shutdown, where the market basically went downwards. From there, it bounced upwards again and went right up to point number three. We had that bit of an uptrend here, a downtrend here, a very complex move. Basically, at this point here, at 1 April 2018, a bit of indecision in the market where we said that the market can do either two things. It can either break out or it's going to break down. In this case, it's very bullish for us, very, very bullish, where the market literally on 1 April just slashed through, and where we recommended that if it happens that we break the 4190, at that point we need to put our trades back in the market and ride that wave up. The market went straight up here, and now we find ourselves that it went sideways for about 9 to 10, maybe 11 days. And now we find Bitcoin at the level of $5,050. What I want to do is to zoom into this area here, and I am going to show you what Bitcoin is expected to do according to our algorithm data, what it will do in the next 5 to 10 days. Very important that we watch this, as we believe that this is going to be the play. But also to find the exact high. Like, for example, is Bitcoin going to hit this level here of 7.5? Is it going to go to 8,000? When you get to a high point where there's a spike and upwards momentum, momentum can take it a little bit further than anticipated. But for this purposes here, we drew this red block here, which is red box CC plus. And the top of this red box is 6785. This is what we're going to expect. And anything higher than that is going to be a bonus. Now, let me explain where this level comes from. The 6785. If we go back to the left-hand side of this chart and we go to 15 October 2018, see there was a bit of a spike there. And that spike high point is the high point of 6785. There is a big probability that Bitcoin is going to hit that level. Regardless of a bit of downwards momentum here over the next day or two, I would recommend that we just simply hold. Of course, what I'm saying on this video is not financial advice. Remember this, guys, this is for training and education purposes only. Let's zoom into CC+. Now that we are zoomed into CC+, you can clearly see that the market here now, at this moment, Bitcoin is standing at $5,056. Can this market go a little bit lower? Yes, it can. But if it does, see this line here, that line there where my mouse is now, is called the 20 exponential moving average. That line is going to create very big support. And if Bitcoin is going to drop, that line will be support at about 4700. We do not anticipate that it can go that low, but we are going to keep it as a probability. If you know what the future will be, you don't have fear in your mind. So let's expect a drop to about 47. If it doesn't happen, then it's fine. That next day could potentially be a bit of a low, because remember, in American time, we are now heading into Sunday and Monday. The fact that we haven't had a spike yet is not a big concern to me, but we have to take into account that over Sunday and Mondays, normally, I am not saying it is always the case, but normally it will result in Bitcoin standing still or dropping. But this is what we can expect for the next 9 days. And let me just draw this in to show you the 9 days there. So I'm going to go to date range here, and over this date range here, I'm going to drag this over to give you an idea where the 9 days basically stop. The 9-day stop on this date here, which is 22 April. So we're going to move this date of 15 to 17 April a little bit on, and we're going to change that to 22 April 2019. Okay, so that is the date of the approximate drop. Time can move on, it can expand or contract. And in this case, because of this long movement here of about 11 days, we are going to move that on. But I'm going to explain to you what could potentially happen here and what we need to look out for. Exactly at this point here, what I want to see is a 3 to 4 day uptrend. So let's say if this is the trend here starting, let's say on the 14th, I want to see 1 day uptrend here. I want to see the next uptrend here on the 15th, let's say something like that. And then I want to see another day, that one there, let's say assuming something like this. Let's just put that up there. And then a fourth day upwards here. Now this height could potentially hit this level here, as I said, of 6785. See this level here, the 6785. Let's just move that over here. We could potentially hit that level here. Anything above that must be regarded as a bonus. Now what we see then is a retracement at that level here. We could retrace back here, a bit of a uptrend again. Here where this little arrow is, we could see a little bit higher push there for, so remember this is day number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here day 6, which if I were to bring this up here, but if we look at that, we look at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So here around about 22, the following week, that Monday, is where we see a drop in the market happening. And remember, guys, there's the 22. Let me just move this on as well. Let's move that on to year 21, 22. So between 21 and 22 is where we are going to see the drop. So we may see that uptrend here touching that line, maybe go through, maybe it only goes to this level here. But anything above the 6785 in Bitcoin, if we reach that level, must be regarded as a bonus. So play it very safe. At that point here, we can have a bit of a downtrend here, going back up again, and then we are going to have a big drop here at around about 23 and 24 April. This drop here will go as far as about 4.8 up to about 4,400 into this blue box DD. From there onwards, I expect that we are going to go sideways, and then we're going to break out here. One of the other things that we want to look at quickly now is Litecoin. So just remember, in regards to Bitcoin, all is well. There's no problem in Bitcoin. Just to reiterate, we could break down slightly a little bit further. Be mentally prepared for that. Once that happens, you're going to see the market come back very strong, create a 4-day uptrend. We are looking for that 4-day uptrend. Remember this, we are looking for the 4-day uptrend. That will signal the higher point. A bit of a drop and one more leg within a day, 2 or 3, that will go back upwards. But remember, there's enough time here. There's 4 or 5 days. I'll provide video updates, provide updates and blog reports, maybe send out a report. So you will be covered. You will know what will happen. But this is more or less, guys, what we see. We see an uptrend there, a top that will blow off, and then a big drop coming back into this. You want to sell on the top, and you want to sell all your altcoins when Bitcoin hits that top, and then you want to go downwards and buy back in the low. Let's now have a look at Litecoin. Now with Litecoin is going to have a very strong rebound. We are going to see that Litecoin will go back up towards the $90 level very quickly. It's going to $111, and then it's going to touch 120 and 136, 37, 38. When we in that bound of price within about 120 to 136, 137, expect anything, guys, anything above that level as a big bonus. There is a big probability, and I've said it multiple times, that Litecoin could easily take out the $189 level. Don't be surprised if that happens. Now again, the same with Bitcoin. Litecoin started here on the bottom at 13 or 15 December 2018 on a low at about $20, $22. It went upwards into this level here, number 1, came down in 2. That is your third leg. We are right there now in the 5th leg there. And we're going to zoom into that shortly as well. And then we expect this last leg up to be very quick, swift, and violent. And again, give yourselves about 9 days from today for that to happen. And we look at about the 21, 22, 23 April for Litecoin to complete that high point, and then we're going to have a drop. That drop in Litecoin could easily be about $40 to $47, depending on how high it goes. If it goes a lot higher, that target here could become approximately about $60, where that blue line is now. That blue line could potentially be the support for Litecoin, where it will go up to 130, maybe 180, and then come back and drop right down to $60. Again, I want to make sure that you do understand it. If Litecoin goes higher, the higher it goes, the lower this level, or the higher lower this level becomes. Instead of 40, it will become 60. I am going to zoom into this level here, into that red box CC now. Here we are at number 4, and I'm just going to move that out of the way slightly. You can see that Litecoin basically came down, and that's a very big correction for Litecoin to come all the way down here from about $100 more or less right down to about $79, $80 where it's standing still now. Exactly the same with Bitcoin. What we are going to expect here is a multi-day uptrend. We're simply just waiting for that day. Now have a look here at the 20 exponential moving average, which is that little thin brown line there. That will give Litecoin a lot of support. So in this instance, we see that Litecoin could potentially bounce up and down here for the next day, maybe two. We still have not seen the breakout. So again, guys, what we're looking for is a 4-day, a multi-day uptrend. An uptrend that will land into this red box here. We're then going to have another day or two down with one maybe spike upwards, and then we're going to come down here on this date of about 21, 22, and 23 April. Again, closer to that time, I'm going to produce new reports and new updates. First of all, the first thing that I want to look at in our algorithm data, we want to see the 4-day uptrend, 3, 4, maybe 5 days. So once we see the multi-day uptrend, we know that we are getting to the top. We know that we need to get ready to sell Litecoin, but we also know that we are getting ready to sell all other cryptocurrencies. EOS, NEO, Bitcoin Cash, OMG, because there's going to be one drop that is going to happen. And at that drop, when Bitcoin and Litecoin is at that low, we will take the money that we used to sell on the high to buy back cryptocurrencies on the low. It's going to be very complicated to do it, because remember, what I've seen so far is that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are not moving like they did in 2017 or 2018. We now see very complicated moves. Now, to show you what Litecoin potentially could look like is maybe something like this. This little pattern here is something that I am looking at. I'm looking for a rebound in cryptocurrencies, a rebound in Litecoin and Bitcoin. And then it would go up into this pattern here. See, and here's that uptrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, a multi-day uptrend. A bit of a drop here right there, and then 1 or 2 days up again right to that top. From that top there, expect a bit of a drop. That is where I want you to get out. It's going to be difficult to find that exact top, but when you're in profit, you need to get out. And this could potentially take Litecoin all the way back to about $60, if not around about $40 to $47. Look, guys, just a summary. Everything is good. Whether Bitcoin drops a little bit and all other cryptocurrencies drop slightly, I would recommend that we just simply hold and ride out this wave. There is one more final uptrend coming. If anything, if any cryptocurrency drops further at this moment, it's time for you to start buying a little bit extra. Now remember, guys, this is not financial advice. I want to make it clear. This is for training and education purposes only. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.